Hey, what's going on, everybody? 757 Series back with another 1/400 scale model unboxing, and this time we have something that I typically don't get all too often regarding retro aircraft. As seen here, we have the Gemini jets, United Airlines Boeing 727-100. Again, don't really collect all too much of retro aircraft, but the thing is, I absolutely love this old United Saul Bass livery. It's definitely one of my favorite liveries out there, and I don't have any 727s. Um, I kind of do wish it was on a 727-200 because I do like the 200 a little bit better, but the 100 is still a pretty darn cool aircraft. But again, really happy to have this. Just picked this up from DG Pilot down in St. Paul, Minnesota, because they just had a restock of it. So definitely wanted to pick it up because ever since I saw this release come out, I was really kind of eyeballing it, and I really did want to pick it up. So really glad about that. So let's get on with the box here. It's your typical standard Gemini Jets box here. You got the 2D image of the aircraft here, Gemini Jets logo, 727-100, and then the United titles right here. Coming to the side of the box, typical Gemini box here as well, all that. And you flip it to the back, a 2025 release. Talking about this livery, this is the first iteration of the livery. The second one, the United titles, did get larger. I do have a United 757-200 in those versions of that livery. So, open up the box, that's where the plane's going to sit, right in there. And if you want to read some information about the 727, there it is. So all of your information about these aircraft. So look at that. First flight all the way back in 1964. Pretty incredible with these. So let's go ahead and get the model open here. And then there it is. So get it out of the plastic casing. And here it is, looking absolutely phenomenal. So we'll go ahead and typically get your close-up shots of this aircraft for you. All right, everyone, now that we have everything unboxed here, let's go ahead and get the box on out of here, because again, let's focus in on the aircraft here. So zooming up front here, you have your typical 727 cockpit, which again shares the similarities of the 707 and the 737. Right here, you got your eyebrow windows. You got your tricolors right there, the orange, red, and blue. Then you got your United titles right there. 2 over wings, and then once again the registration November 7001 uniform. Again, tri-hull aircraft. Again, love tri-hull airplanes. They're just so cool to watch. Would love to get a chance to see a 727 flying, because I used to see them in Philly when Capital Cargo and FedEx sent them here. But obviously 727s are pretty darn rare to see these days. That's why it kind of kills me a little bit that in Philly for the Christmas cargo rush, they did have a 727 by IFL come in and do some work for them because of the groundings of the MD-11s right now. So looking at the nose of the aircraft, a little bit crooked on the flight deck windows, but that's okay, nothing too noticeable over there. And then if you can see on the other side here, it's a little bit of a weird configuration with the doors here. There's no door on that side, it's all the way in the back right here, so pretty interesting kind of configuration there. Then you have your ship number again, 7001 right there. Nose gear, forward cargo bin door, then you have the aft cargo bin door. Then again, the tri-jet in the back there, again with the your typical 727S duct type engine there. So really, really cool. The only other weird thing, because then it's a cradle mold, you got a pretty decent sized gap right there, and then on the other side. But I would really highly not let that deter your decision on getting this, because it is such a cool looking airplane. Then you have your main landing gear. These things are pretty darn beefy looking compared to the 7.3 landing gear, because again, I do some stuff with the 7.3 with the pilot training. So pretty beefy looking landing gear. Then you get your main gear doors, stand hole, Gemini logo, and then you have your nose gear door up there. Again, really liking the silver underbelly as well. And when you go to the top of the wings, pretty cool with the silver top of the wings. Again, just really retro look with this. I mean, obviously since this was in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s with these planes. So zoom back out here and put this right over here, and we'll bring the box right back in. So nice, getting everything here, get it all centered for you all. So don't have too much information about these United 727-100s, other than that they did operate 123 of these things, so they had a good sized fleet of these 727s. They operated from 1963 all the way to 1993. So I wasn't even alive when these 727-100s were flying around. I wasn't even a thought until 5 years later in 1998. But they were ultimately replaced by the 737-500 because, again, it makes sense. This, I would assume, was probably in the low 100s to 120-ish range for this aircraft seating configuration, which kind of makes sense. But yeah, really, really nice airplane. Highly recommend it if you're a United Airlines fan, or if you're just a fan of the Saul Bass like myself. I just think it's such a cool looking livery. Definitely one of the best retro ones out there. Again, if you're a fan of the 727, which I know a lot of people are, a lot of people love the 72. Again, wish I had, like I said, wish I can get some more chances to see these things, because again, it is truly a dying breed out there of these tri-hullers. Because again, I just love tri-hull aircraft. I just think they're always so cool looking. But I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. Again, highly recommend it. Such a nice airplane. So thank you all so much for watching, and stay tuned for some more videos coming out soon, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.